Hi everyone, this is Alicia from Green Light Healing. I'm an energy healer and a tarot reader, and today I'm talking about 3 situations in which energy healing can be really beneficial. As an energy healer, I mainly do kinesiology and I'm also Reiki attuned, but this kind of information applies to basically all types of holistic healing. All right, I'll be a little general and I'll try to give specific examples as well. So the first situation would be things that are ongoing situations whether that's chronic illness, things like burnout, or I have a few clients with endometriosis, or external situations that are stressful and ongoing, like a stressful job, a challenging home life, like maybe caring duties, caring for parents, for partners, for kids or pets. Things like studies, those kinds of situations where like you can assume that the difficulties may recur, or new challenges may happen. So, what energy healing does in those situations, it's kind of like weeding a garden. You don't want to leave it too long between weeding sessions, because that allows other difficult things to grow and take hold. That's not what you want. What you do want is to be able to have enough capacity so that you avoid overwhelm. Like prevention is it's a lot easier than cure in that respect. So another analogy I really like is to imagine that our health is like a boat. You can add loads to the boat, you can put cargo on, but there comes a threshold where if you add more, the boat is going to sink, or it's going to go off balance, and then it won't perform well. So that would, to use the metaphor, it's like it would be like we feel overwhelmed because we've got, the load is too much, or we just feel like our life is only one thing and it's not very, very well balanced, and we don't enjoy our lives. That's the kind of scenario. So what energy healing can do is help to take some of these loads off. You can take off a few big loads, you can take off lots of little loads, but when in these ongoing situations, that new loads are going to kind of be added later. So you're just trying to kind of keep things within, the capacity, well within the capacity. So with that kind of scenario, you're not expecting that you're going to feel amazing and the problem's going away forever. You just know that, okay, occasionally you'll need some extra help, and that's what energy healing does. Acute situations would be the second type of scenario where energy healing can help. It kind of depends on what it is, but and I'm not a medical doctor, so don't take this as medical advice. But things like people having a spell of insomnia, or perhaps they're having some tummy trouble, or they had an injury. I have used this example before as well, but I practiced with a friend of mine when we were studying, and I had some backache, and I thought I knew what it was causing it, which was I overdid it in a yoga class. But she still found, with kinesiology, she found some emotional stress. And so that was really eye-opening for me, and that's why I use this example a lot, is that even when there's obvious kind of normal things that contribute to something, there may also be energetic stresses or meridian imbalances or a chakra thing or an emotion that's kind of compounding it, or making it worse. And if you can take some of that away, then obviously part of all of the issue can resolve more easily. So I see a lot of people with insomnia and sleep issues. Also, people are more aware now that this kind of body mind wellness paradigm, they know that there may be things that are less obvious. So how can I say, they know that it's not only physical things that may be causing their physical problem, and they sometimes want to check that the energetic and emotional aspects are kind of all well balanced. So energy healing can help with acute situations as well. Yeah. All right. And then the third situation would be external energies. So what I mean by that is, you know, we have our physical body and we have our energetic bodies, like your aura, and the different layers of your aura. There's chakras and things like that. When we are around other people, or some places, some situations, we might be picking up energy unknowingly, and that can start to affect our health in a few different ways. It could make you really sleepy. It could make you feel stressed. It could make you have a mood that you can't explain, like, why do I feel like this? Nothing happened that would trigger this emotion typically. And it's not just people who say they're highly sensitive or empathic. It's actually very easy for anyone to pick up energies from outside. I actually do help a fair number of intuitive professionals kind of release energy. Sometimes they have a lot of self-care techniques that they already use to keep themselves protected and clear, but sometimes these things are a little stubborn, and sometimes it's just easier when someone else does it. So I just, hopefully that doesn't sound too vague, but I mean, I do sessions on myself regularly to make sure that I, that I'm feeling fine on all levels. Okay, so that would be people who maybe feel affected by crowds or by being around other people. People who feel affected by noise, or even like a lot of machinery or electronic devices, or kind of e-smog kind of stuff. A lot of the time we can just integrate these things and release them. Sometimes it gets stuck and we can't really do it by ourselves. So if you're feeling like not quite yourself and you can't explain why, energy healing can sometimes shift that for you. And it's nothing to be afraid of. It's just, it happens sometimes, and sometimes we need help. That's really how I frame it. So just to give an example of a case study, one of my ongoing clients was having some work stress. So she had difficult clients and a really high workload. And it made her, I mean, it was kind of obvious where it was coming from, but at the same time, she knew, like, she couldn't just shake it by herself. She loves going to the gym. She found herself trying to avoid people there. She didn't want to speak to her gym friends. She just kind of felt so irritable all the time. She had terrible headaches. Her sleep-wake cycle was out of whack, and yeah, it was not easy for her to cope. So I did the session. Ultimately, in that example, it was a chakra imbalance, but it was coming from legitimate external, inputs, which were the difficult clients, the excessive workload, and that just kind of overwhelmed her system, and then it had these domino effects. So once I rebalanced the chakras, her energy and sleep cycle was able to normalize. So that meant her mood could normalize, and then the headaches went away, and that kind of thing. So sometimes we know where it's coming from, but we still need a little bit of help. It's not going to be chakras for everyone who's got headaches, by the way. Like, that's the nice thing about energy healing, is we kind of, it's always individual. All right, so I've spoken quite enough now. If you'd like to have a session, you can find me at www.greenlighthealing.net. I'll put the details below. My written blog is there if you prefer to read things. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, so I'll pop all the details below. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.